Yes.
What is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and I'm joined by Canadian Yorker. And today we are recapping the Friday Night Smackdown that took place January 3rd, 2025, and it took place in Phoenix, Arizona. The first 3 hour Smackdown show. It was exciting. So, Canadian Yorker, how's it going tonight?
Pretty good. Can't complain. There's, a lot to be thankful for this. After doing week of 2025, so much has happened. So much more to see in 2025. It's exciting and glad to be here.
All right, so let's get started. Friday Night SmackDown, 3 hours. It's great. We start off the show with an American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. He talks about SmackDown going to 3 hours tonight and Raw going to Netflix starting Monday. And his excitement is tempered ever so slightly because as much as he likes to be involved, he can only be involved so much because technically he's not cleared to wrestle, and he's not cleared to wrestle because of Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes talks about his scheduled ladder match against Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes gets interrupted by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre gets into the ring and Wordsley hugs his former Dashing Ones teammate before getting on the mic as the OK sure expressly crosses Cody's faces. So that was a little weird when I saw Drew hugging Cody. So Drew began saying that he's not here to hurt Rhodes, he's here to help him. He's not on his list, and they go way back, and he needs to tell Oh, excuse me. Because no one else will. He's about to screw up his entire life's work. Um, Everything he's done, all the dues he's paid, climbing to the center right now is the best in ring wrestling they've ever had. And you take a look at the numbers. By the best overall by far, and Cody is the quarterback of all of it. But Nick Aldis is breathing down his neck, refusing to clear him. Excuse me. What's going on? There's a guy running around with a replicate title like these idiots in the crowd, pretending he's a world champion and being billed at much at live events. All while Cody's neck dangles by the thread, he can see that he needs a friend. Rhodes recapitulates his hope, not hurt Jesus. McIntyre said he always tells the truth, and Cody says he'll tell him the truth back. He loves to say he saw Drew carry the place while he was gone. He loves to say that there were kindred spirits, that he loves to see him grow to be the beast in the ring and on the mic. Um, um, Drew Drew said that he will see the truth one day and leave, telling him to watch his back. Cody Rhodes still staring a hole. Kevin Owens attacks Cody from behind. Referees and road agents of the security arrive and pull them apart and give Rhodes a chance to recover. There's a little rumors that maybe Drew McIntyre might be working with Kevin Owens because Drew McIntyre is going to be on SmackDown. He's getting traded to SmackDown. Same with Sami Zayn. So we might see Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens again in the future. So we have to see what happens. So what are your thoughts on the opening segment?
So just to get this, if my ears heard that correctly, Drew McIntyre is getting traded to SmackDown along with Sami Zayn, who's also getting traded to
That
SmackDown.
that is what I saw. Yes.
I see. So just to think about it, just maybe, say Drew McIntyre is working with Kevin Owens, or Drew McIntyre is trying to, be a bodyguard in a sense for for Cody. But Drew never really helped Cody against the bloodline, and but maybe Drew could be doing that. Maybe he could be a potential uh, guy that's definitely going to be going after Cody in the future. But Drew's going after everybody. I mean, he's going after both bloodlines. He has bad blood for both of these guys. Um, I think that maybe that could be the case. Maybe we don't know, and I don't really think that Sami Zayn and Sami Zayn needs to stay with the bloodline. Sami Zayn does not need to feud with Kevin Owens at all. Um, I just think that Sami Zayn needs to do his thing with the bloodline as it is, and Sami Zayn, the bloodline were together for some time, so it would make sense for me to for Sammy to stay with that, and Kevin, and because Kevin is connected to Randy and We don't need to make the storyline more complicated. Kevin is connected to Randy and Cody, and that's its own feud going on right now. If you throw Sami Zayn into the mix, that doesn't make any sense right now to have that going on. And we still need to see Randy Orton turn on Kevin and Cody Rhodes. Okay, we still need to see that happen. I mean, we know it's gonna happen. Randy Orton it could be the one behind all this, and Randy Orton could be the one setting up Cody to be, to be backstabbed. That's just my thoughts on that.
All right, so moving on to the first match of the 3 hour SmackDown show, we got a United States Championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura in his first title defense, defending the United States Championship against Andrade. Nakamura with knees in the ropes right out the gates to the floor. Andrade dives off of him. Andrade with a dragon screw and a flying elbow. Kip up, but Shinsuke puts up some offense together. Diving Kansasa connects. Nope. Turnbuckle explodes. Andrade kicks him into it. Corner knees cover. Still no. Diving moonsault to the standing moonsault cover for two. Rolling moonsault up. Underhook slips out. Elbow connects. So close. Shinsuke Nakamura hits the Hinshasa on Andrade to retain the United States Championship. So no doubt about Shinsuke Nakamura successful in his first title defense against Andrade. Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Andrade to retain the United States Championship. Post match, LA Knight runs in and drops Nakamura with the lateral. Ground punches, BFT denied, and Shinsuke runs away, title in hand. LA grabs the mic and says, yeah, a bunch of before saying things got crazy when you steal his title, and one way or another he's coming to collect because that's what comes around goes around, and he's gonna stomp his ass to the dust every time he turns around. And that is confirmed that next week on SmackDown, Nick Aldis, you are popping right now. I love you, Nick Aldis. We're gonna have another United States Championship match next week. It's gonna be Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight in a rematch. So, what are your thoughts on Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Andrade in his first title defense?
I think Shinsuke Nakamura definitely deserves this title defense. He's definitely got the win over Andrade. Andrade is another U.S. champion, just like Shinsuke Nakamura was. So it's great to see that Shinsuke gets to get the win against Andrade, and I mean definitely need to see more of Andrade. Of course, Andrade needs to be put into more title challenges. He's got to be going after Braun Breaker to do his to get the Intercontinental title. He's got to get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Championship. I would love to see that happen. Andrade needs to be used more. He's not used enough. Um, and Shinsuke gets the win. That's great. So LA Knight versus Shinsuke for a rematch, that definitely has to happen. And like you said, Nick Aldis is doing his thing, and that's good to see.
All right, so moving on to the second match, we got Michin versus Pimper Nivens. Nivens picks her up on the charge and stampings her into corner for a body blows. Michin with a boot up, Terra connects off the ropes, another one, and Pimper rolls to the floor. Diving Frankenstein connects, and Michin is fired up and yelling at Chelsea Green at ringside. Pimper sidesteps a kick and hits a spinebuster on the floor. Pimper rams Michin into the corner. Body event follows Michin with a heel kick in the pit, cover for two. Green runs interference. Like always, this bitch. Michin backs her off with a kick. Up top, Pimper comes at her, nobody home. Roll through, Pimper driver. Michin kicks out, kick connects wrist. Michin hits the soul food on Pimper Nivens to get the win. Michin defeats Pimper Nivens by pitfall. So, what are your thoughts on Michin getting a win over Pimper Nivens? By the way, Chelsea Green is just gonna pull Roman. I know it's coming. What are your thoughts?
I think I think it would have been nice. Here's what I think. Michin needs some adversity. They could build up the storyline better. And I think Michin could definitely use some adversity. Say Piper Nivens wins and and Piper Nivens wins and Michin has to find a way to overcome this adversity that she has because Chelsea Green is a champion and it makes sense that Chelsea would be have a legit title defense without any interference from Piper. And I would love to see that develop more because we could see Chelsea Green establish herself as a heel in a sense, as a better heel in a sense. Because right now she's just showing that she's weak with her defending, trying to get Piper uh, to get the win. Um, I think it's good that Michin won, um, but maybe she definitely needs someone in her corner to help her with having always being 2-on-1. She needs someone that's going to be her equalizer. And Michin I definitely want to see her win the U.S. title, and it'd be great to see.
All right, so moving on, we got Paul Heyman making his entrance. He does the usual introduction. He wants to come out here and set the record straight. He said on Monday we're gonna find out who the real tribal chief is, and he talks about how he and Roman Reigns prepared for that day that Roman will be ready to willfully step down as tribal chief and Solo will reign. But at WrestleMania, what happened? After 10 years of lusting for revenge against Seth Rollins, Roman couldn't turn down the opportunity for revenge, and Cody Rhodes, to his massive credit, took advantage of that blind spot for the 1-2-3 on Roman, and that's where Solo seized the moment and stole the garland from Roman's back. He got rid of Jimmy Uso and the Wise Men because he knew that they wouldn't go along with it, and he got himself a Eric's bloodline or unstable. And on Monday to acknowledge him because no one else would. Monday live on Netflix, no rules except there must be a winner and there must be a loser. The winner, and he promised us our tribal chief, the only tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman gets interrupted by Solo Sikoa. Paul Heyman eyes him warily and walks down the ring before dressing, saying that he's about 10 seconds away from pissing his pants. Good one, Paul. Because the last time they did this, Solo had put him from the table in front of his children, and if he even blinks at him wrong, he knows the same damn thing will happen with him again. Solo holds up his hand for the microphone, and Paul Paul Heyman hesitantly placed it in his hand before putting his hands up in a gesture of peace and taking a step back. Solo demands the crowd to acknowledge him and that it's time for Heyman to acknowledge the truth. He owns CM Punk a favor, right? Heyman nods yes. Solo said he wants to own him a favor and needs someone trustworthy to hold the garland of the tribal chief. Someone who respects his family and who would never disrespect them or the garland itself. So on Monday, if Roman wins, Paul will put the garland around his neck and he will acknowledge Reigns as tribal chief. But if he beats Roman, if Solo said if he beats Roman, and he will, Heyman will put the garland around his neck, be his white man forever, and Roman Reigns will have no choice but to acknowledge him. So basically, Solo versus Roman is not only for the Garland, it is the custody of Paul Heyman. Oh my god.
Like
But
you're always joking
what are
about.
your thoughts on this?
Like you're always joking about. You're always joking around about, oh, one of these guys is gonna be getting custody of Paul Heyman. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, CM Punk, a fatal four-way match to see who's gonna be getting custody of Paul Heyman, who's gonna be their wise man and counselor forever. But that's not the case of this with this guys. Um, we will see the showdown of this tribal combat between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. I mean Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa to see who will be the true determiner of that. And Solo said he wants CM Punk to be the one that's holding onto the as a bystander. He will be the one. Did I hear that correctly? So that's not a very good idea coming from Solo. Allow CM Punk of all people to be in charge. Um, I mean, CM Punk will probably screw him over, and I can see that happening from a mile away. CM Punk will probably screw him over to help Roman. I mean, to help him win, to help Solo win against Roman Reigns. But I don't know. We don't know what the outcome of that will be. But it will be interesting to see what will happen when it happens on January 6th.
Yeah. So yeah, moving on to the next match, we got a WWE Tag Team Championship, and Nick Aldis, you're cooking, man. WWE Tag Team Championship match. We got DIY Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa defending the titles against the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. It was originally supposed to be DIY versus the Street Profits, but the Street Profits got hurt last week, so the Motor City Machine Guns replaced the Street Profits. Ciampa and Sabin to start. Tom ends up on the wrong side of town. MCMG sends Gargano packing and go to work on the Silicon Psychopaths. Champs down and out on the floor. Sabin wipes him out with a dive. Ciampa mounting a comeback. Sabin off the ropes and into a big boot, but he launches a kick and both men are down. Tags made. Shelley unloading on Gargano with right hands off of the rope flying. Tom breaks it up. Whoever that is, Tom Mysterio, I guess. I don't even know. Trading hands with Sabin, Kane flying, and all men are down. Gargano and Blaze for Skull and Bones, but Pretty Deadly are here to run interference. Knee from Ciampa, assisted Angel. Shelley kicks out. Los Gaza runs into Santos Escobar's lapdogs run Pretty Deadly off. Border City stretch applied in the middle of the ring. Sabin takes Tom down into STF, but Los Gaza chase Pretty Deadly back in the ring, and they call it no contest. So the match goes to no contest because Pretty Deadly and Los Gaza are just brawling in the middle of the ring. So yeah, DIY are still your tag team champion because of the whole shenanigans. What are your thoughts?
I was just want to think uh, is Legado del Fantasma, are they a face faction now? Because why would they be getting involved in the match and and doing that thing? But yeah, I think maybe Motor City Machine Guns, they got to win their championship back because they are the face faction, and it would be wonderful to see them do that again against DIY. Um, but I think DIY being a heel faction, it makes them even more interesting now because we've never seen them as a heel faction, and well, let's see how far and how long are they going to be taking their championship run? And Pretty Deadly is back in action now. We haven't really seen much of Pretty Deadly in action. Sorry about that. I was interrupted. Yeah, so we had um, Pretty Deadly was we haven't really seen much of Pretty Deadly in action, and we have to see more of them in action. So that's definitely got to happen.
All right, so we're skipping all the backstage segment, guys. That's right, so we can make a shorter video. We're skipping a bunch. There was a bunch of backstage segments after that, and we're going to the women's championship match. Nia Jax defending her title against Naomi. Um, Talking about this match, Naomi rushes her into the corner, scorpion kick, duck, headbutt cuts her off, and Jax starts throwing her around, whip to the corner, lateral whip across, drop toe hold, cuts the champion off, and Naomi throw kicks to the corner. Nia kicks her to the floor. Nia Jax with the elbow for two, grinding her down with a sleeper, throwing her into the corner and squashing her with a hip attack on the apron. No powerbomb left. Naomi versus to a victory roll for two. Naomi cuts her off, diving leg drop into the split, so close. Axe handle, springboard, roundhouse kick, duck. Naomi kicks out. Nia kicks out off of a tornado DDT. Knees into the rope. Heat seeker connects. Still, Jack stays into the fight. Diving blackbuster from Naomi. Candice LeRae runs interference. Nia gets away and takes Bianca out on the floor. Back in. Naomi counters and both winners are down. Tiffany Stratton is here with the briefcase. She's going to cash in, but sees Naomi getting up and shoves Trent over to the barricade. She hits Naomi with the case. Nia Jax was able to hit the Banzak drop, retaining the WWE Women's Championship. But post-match, Tiffany Stratton attacks LeRae. Bianca gets under. Um, Tiffany Stratton has broken free from Nia Jax bowling and attacks her with a briefcase. Stratton attacks LeRae. Bianca hits Nia with the KOD. Tiffany pulls Bianca out of the ring and she's gonna cash in. She's waiting for the prettiest moons. She's waiting for the prettiest moonsault ever. She connects. 1, 2, 3. The crowd goes wild. Let's go! Oh my God! Finally. Yes, I can't. Yes, I've been waiting so much. That pop, bro. That pop, man. And yeah,
hold up
it's
your shirt.
official. I've been waiting for months, man. And it's official, man. I've been waiting for so long. And it's official, man. Tiffany Stratton is your new women's champion. And she is officially a babyface. Let's fucking go, man. I was so happy. But this just shows you, I think Tiffany is going to be a face. I think obviously Nia, Candice is going to have a grunt. So they might be feuding. Tiffany. There are rumors that Charlotte Flair is going to return, pretend to be with Tiffany. Like, imagine Charlotte Flair returning, Charlotte Flair and Tiffany teaming up against Nia and Candice Ray. People are saying that leading up to WrestleMania is going to be Charlotte Flair turning heel on Tiffany and setting up that matchup. So, um, Tiffany is finally champion. Let's go. I've been waiting finally. And she's a babyface. I always said I wanted Tiffany Stratton to be a babyface. And there you go. We're finally here. What are your thoughts? Let's go.
Big night for you, big night for Tiffany Stratton. I gotta say congratulations to Tiffany Stratton for finally cashing in on her Money in the Bank at the right time. The perfect moment, and she planned it out perfectly, and it works like clockwork, like butter. Um, I mean, Nia Jax I'd say Naomi did have Nia Jax on the ropes and almost won if she had not gotten interfered with. And I definitely think this is just going to build up for Naomi. Naomi's definitely going to turn heel um, in the future, man. I mean, it's unfortunate. Bianca got taken out by Tiffany, and Bianca tried to help Naomi to win, but there was just so much chaos going on. It wasn't possible for her to do anything. Naomi couldn't do anything, and she got. Uh, let's just let's just admit this. Naomi was cheated out of a win by Tiffany, and then she was literally cheated out of a win. She had Nia Jax in the ropes, but she was cheated out of the win, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. Um, I see what she did there, Tiffany. I see what you did. You
I can
you
see.
basically you know
But still, I know that you hate Nia Jax. You gotta give Tiffany credit. It's like finally Nia Jax have been dethroned. You got to admit you're
yeah.
happy that Nia lost the title.
I wasn't expecting it to happen that way. I wasn't expecting it to happen in a way
I think
where well
I think
she
we're gonna
basically she
see.
basically
I
used
think
he
this is what's gonna happen. I think Tiffany next week. I want to see it. Tiffany comes out, gets another big pop, and then after a while, when her music hits, dies down, I want to hear the crowd say, "You deserve it. You deserve it." That's gonna happen. I hope that happens. I hope that happens. And then I think Nia and Candice are gonna come out and interrupt her, maybe attack her. I think it's gonna. I think Tiffany's gonna feud with Candice and Tiffany for a while. Candice will just be like Candice will just be like Pumper Niven and Nia Jax will just be like Chelsea Green. That's basically what's gonna happen. It's like Candice is gonna be Nia Jax's shield, and that's basically what's gonna happen.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I think it's gonna be a build up. I think it's gonna be a build up to Royal Rumble. We're gonna have Tiffany versus Nia at the Royal Rumble. It has to happen with Tiffany retaining. She has to retain, and then I think that sets up Charlotte Flair returning to save Tiffany, and then that will just go build up to WrestleMania. I think Charlotte Flair will turn on Tiffany, setting up that Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany at WrestleMania because there's been talks that it's gonna be Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany, with Tiffany being the face and Charlotte being the heel. So
I don't think we haven't really seen a heel Charlotte Flair before, but there has been. I guess it is in the news. It is in the works that Charlotte Flair is turning heel sometime this year. That
she
is
might be.
happening for
That's why.
sure.
That's why I think she's returning as a heel. She might be the one that attacked Jade Cargill.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if whether or not we still don't know whether or not
I
who
just I
attacked
just
Jade
hope I
Cargill.
just
And
all I want is please Triple H. All I want is give Tiffany a decent title run. Please just don't have her lose it really quick. Just have her like hold it like sometime after WrestleMania. Like Tiffany defeats Charlotte and then holds it more. It's like a decent. I would say at least. Hopefully, I am hoping that Tiffany will at least hold the title for maybe at least 300 or 400 days. I'm just praying for that. So, I mean, I wish that would
Yeah,
happen, but I'm just scared that what if you only hold it for 100 days? What if it's like less than that? It's like it's so nerve wracking, you know. It's like,
yeah,
but you know,
yeah.
if you
Well,
guys don't know, if you guys don't know, this is the first time Tiffany Stratton has ever been a face. So, like I said, this is why I've been always saying Tiffany Stratton should be a face now. She should be a face. She's always been a heel. She's never been a baby face in her wrestling career. She started off as a heel. That's it. She's never been a face. So it was due for time for Tiffany to be a baby face. Same with Bailey. Bailey has been a heel for 4+ years, and I called it. It's like it's time for a change. Bailey's gonna turn babyface, and here we are. So
yeah, I could definitely see. Here's something else, Scott, that I could see. What if we see Charlotte Flair turn heel? We see with Seth Rollins turning heel. That means Becky Lynch will also turn heel. Okay, we could see Becky Lynch turning heel. I mean, there are
thing
a
is,
number of candidates that could challenge Tiffany.
because I think I don't know. We have to see what this trade is all about. Obviously, I heard that Sammy and Drew are gonna get traded to SmackDown, but obviously, I didn't see any news about Seth Rollins being traded to SmackDown. So people are thinking, oh, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Drew are gonna do a faction, but how's that going to work if Seth is not going to get traded to SmackDown? I don't think it's going to happen. I think that CM Punk versus Seth is just going to be a face versus a face. So I don't know. You might see Seth Rollins cheat. We might see Seth Rollins turn heel tomorrow night. You never know because you all know Seth Rollins hates CM Punk. He might turn heel if he loses. I think Seth Rollins. We can have CM Punk loses. Seth Rollins loses it and attacks CM Punk and turns heel. I don't know, but I can't wait
I
for
can
tomorrow.
definitely see. I can definitely see CM Punk, Seth Rollins turning heel on CM Punk because Seth Rollins has definitely. He's like a tweener guy. He is a tweener. He is in between face. He is in between heel. Seth Rollins is could definitely turn heel, because I mean he has been on a downward spiral ever since CM Punk returned last year. He's been on a downward spiral. He just does not like CM Punk, and just like Drew McIntyre is the same. I mean, Seth Rollins will just do the same thing. He will be a heel against CM Punk.
All right, so moving on to the main event match. We're skipping the backstage segment like always. You guys can check out the backstage segments on YouTube or like the website I'm using. Yeah, so the main event, we got the all new, all different bloodlines. The Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, and Tamatonga versus the original bloodline, Jimmy Uso, main event, Jay Uso, and Sami Zayn. The brawling started before the bell. Solo Sikoa and his bloodline sent to the floor. Match in process. Tonga tags in and locks up with Jay. Knee lift and an axe handle, headbutt, and punches into the corner. Give away to Stomp. Tags made. Jim in, whips reverse, body up. Solo runs interference. Solo tags in and works Jimmy over, grinding him down in the traveler claw. Uso gets away, tag to Sammy, punching away off the ropes. Both men looking for laterals. Sammy off the top rope again. Lateral getting sliced right, springboard up and over, and he takes Solo down with a lateral. Solo comes back. Solo with a Samoan drop on Sammy. Tonga tags in and unloads on Sammy with a vicious, unrelated punches on the mat before tagging Fatu in. Tags made Jay. It went back and forth. Super kick, upper kick, Samoa drop counter. Jimmy tags in, counter kicks in stereo. Tag back to Jay. Double elbow drops. Um, yeah, so this match went like back and forth. It was great. Bloodline versus Bully. Quick tags from Jay, from Jim, from Sammy, from a full trip clip. Elbow sends Tonga and solo packing. Sammy and Jay takes him out with dive. Big Jimmy was diving splash. Samoan Werewolf kicks out. Fatu with a splash with a double jump moonsault. Sammy breaks it up. Super kick party. Jacob Fatu kicks out. Here comes Drew McIntyre up the aisle. Obviously, Drew targeting Jay. Jay dives on him. Match breaks down. Uso with a spear, but Fatu isn't legal, man. Diving splash. Solo sizes it. Samoan spike. It's over. The all new, all different bloodline defeat Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Sami Zayn by pinfall with a Samoan spike on Jay Uso by Solo Sikoa. And we all knew the new bloodline was going to win. Come on. And that's the main event. So, what are your thoughts on Solo's group beating Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy?
This is just a build up. This is just another build up for for the but we don't know what the result will be come Monday, come tomorrow night. But I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion that Drew McIntyre, he was there, getting involved in distracting Jey Uso and just targeting Jey Uso and distracting the other Bloodline members, Sammy and Jimmy, and basically he helped Solo and Jacob Fatu win against the OG Bloodline. So I mean, let's just say that Drew McIntyre is definitely going to be an X factor. If he's going to be showing up at the Tribal Combat, he's going to be an X factor, and maybe could make Roman Reigns lose Solo Sikoa. Also at the same time, he could be the same thing for the new Bloodline now. So I just think, and with CM Punk being there, man, he's he's gonna definitely gonna do some stuff to distract CM Punk, and probably maybe he's take it away. We don't know. There's just so many things that could happen. But the new Bloodline won, thanks to assistance, unwanted assistance, but assistance nonetheless, and they win. And I just don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong about the new Bloodline winning, but I don't have a feeling that they may not win, but that's just speculation. But we'll have to see what will happen in on Monday.
Yeah, and another thing that really pissed me off, I was like, why? All I can say is, why was the Nia Jax and Naomi match wasn't the main event? I wanted to see Tiffany end the show holding the title in the air with the fireworks pyro. Why wasn't that the main event, man? Come on, like that would have been nice to end freaking SmackDown, man. That'd been beautiful to see that as the main event and Tiffany finally cashing in. Oh, um, but yeah,
Yeah, it would make sense for that to be the main event, but sometimes there's always a bigger storyline at work. I mean, Roman versus Solo is a bigger story than Tiffany
yeah.
versus Nia Jax. Um, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I mean, this one draws more people, draws more eyes. Um, and we'll have to see what's going to happen with 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 who's going to win and who's going to lose.
All right, so that would do it for the SmackDown 3 hours. First SmackDown, it was awesome. Well done, well scheduled. Nick Aldis, good booking. 3 hour. We haven't seen a 3 hour SmackDown in like forever. I think that we never had. History lesson. When was the last time SmackDown was 3 hours? I can't even remember. Like I don't. It's always been 2 hours when I've been watching WWE. But this was a fantastic show. Already know what I'm grading it. Just because Tiffany is now champion, baby. Let's go. I am giving this show a A plus. I love this show. It had championship matches. Obviously that tag team match was and then obviously Tiffany catching in. Finally, let's go. And then you see Shinsuke with the first defense. It was a great show, and we got more championship matches next week. So I'm giving this show a A plus, straight up. Um, how about you?
Uh, I think there definitely could have been some improvements with that going forward. I think at the end of the show, one of the things I thought about was we could have seen a little preview to see who's pulling the strings behind all this. Like you could see, like there could have been like a little fadeaway to uh to the Rock, right? The Rock could have been there, and then it could have been a fadeaway to him with him watching backstage, looking on at the new bloodline because we haven't really seen The Rock in action since last year. I mean, it's been some time since he's been away, but I mean, it could have been had a little action because I think he's going to be showing up next Monday. So it would have been really interesting to see what he's going to do, and because he's seen everything going on, and what's going to happen, we don't know. So it will be really interesting to see that little just like a 5 sec 10 second thing going
Uh-huh.
on with The Rock right there.
All right, what's your rating for the show?
My rating is I'm gonna give it an A-. I think that it could have been really. It's good. It was really good. It was great. Shinsuke's the title defense was great. Chelsea Green and Piper winning, Michin, all that stuff. That could have been a little bit better. I definitely think Tiffany Stratton couldn't be put up in the main event, and that would be nice. And the OG bloodline losing to the new bloodline, but the OG bloodline, they're supposed to be a dominant group, but for them to lose, man, it just doesn't seem right with me. I mean, they normally don't lose a lot of matches, but that's the way it goes.
All
So
right, so that would do it for Friday Night Smackdown. Thank you guys for watching this broadcast. My name is Bruin Stills, this is Canadian Yorker, and be sure to stay tuned for January 6th tomorrow, Monday Night Raw, which is going to be on Netflix. Still got a lot of great matches for Raw tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm off from work, so I get to see it. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and hopefully me and Canadian Yorker are back to do the legendary, our probably the best Raw broadcast that we'll do Tuesday night. Hopefully Tuesday night we'll be here. That's like literally the only time I can do it. But anyways, be sure to check out Canadian Yorker's YouTube channel. The link will be in the description of this video, as well as our WWE Wrestling Bros channel. The link will also be in the description of this video as well. But anyways, see you guys later. See you guys in the next broadcast. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your night. And hope you guys are ready for Monday Night Raw on Netflix tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. But anyway, see you guys later. Take it easy.
yeah.